before. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Happy, Healthy Women Fearless Fridays. Doesn't it just almost put a smile on your face when you say Fearless Fridays?
Yeah.
So
Friday
good.
Part.
Yeah, the Friday. Well, by way of introduction, I'm Terri Besworth. I'm the branch director out here in Happy, Healthy Women Coquitlam branch. And Maria?
I am Maria Conde. I'm the branch director in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
And you're also
I'm also a life and business strategist.
Oh,
and I'll tell you more about me later.
Yeah, we're going to talk because today we get to interview this fabulous, beautiful woman. I'm Terri Besworth. Not only am I the branch director, but I also have a business with Arbonne. And I got the privilege today to interview Maria. And we really wanted to do these little 20-minute exposures of all the different types of women that are included in Happy Healthy Women, because we want more women to come out to our events, and we want to be able for you to share what types of things you can learn. So for example, for today, Maria is going to share a little bit about leadership and talk to us a bit about what she does and lead you into the weekend feeling empowered and inspired. So first, Maria, why don't you go ahead and describe for everybody what you do and how you impact women's lives?
Awesome. Thanks, Terri.
Welcome.
And for me, I am a life and business strategist, and I help women that are super successful, but are feeling a little bit unfulfilled inside. And I help them find that path to, I call it their encore career, because I work with a lot of people that are coming out of the corporate world and are looking for a deeper purpose and more meaning and wanting to have a bigger impact. And so I work with them to do that transition and also create a business of whatever sort that they want to take as their encore career. That's going to have a bigger impact and more purpose for them now and make them feel more fulfilled overall.
And that is something I think a lot of women struggle with. I know I personally went through when I was in my corporate job and then decided to become an entrepreneur. Like, you don't really ask yourself sometimes about fulfillment, do you?
No.
You're just like paycheck, surviving, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're on the hamster wheel, you get up, you start that whole day over again, you come home, just go to sleep, do it all over again for days.
Well, fabulous. So what you offer is something that's very beneficial, I think, to a lot of women. So why don't you tell us about, being fearless and then stepping into being a leader in your own life. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah. And because my background is in leadership, I'm a CPA and did 30 years of leadership. Wow. So I married together my leadership and my coaching to help women be the leader in their own life. And that is part of finding your purpose and really stepping into who you are and being fearless. And it does take being fearless to really get out of your comfort zone and trying something new. Because what I find is when people, you go from that corporate world where you're successful, your stuff, and then you switch gears. Yeah. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, you just kind of like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing all of a sudden. All the imposter syndromes kick in, like all that stuff happens, right?
Yeah.
And it's a whole night and day, transition. And then you have to step back into being that leader again. And whether it's in your family, your community, organizations, your own company, like as an entrepreneurial company, and really stepping into it in a bigger way. And
yeah, it's like you almost have to bring the power and the confidence coming from within you versus it being bestowed upon you. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And that's a lot of the work I do, is working on the confidence and the mindset and how you show up as a person, who you like deep down, and bringing out that authentic self. Because often when you're in that corporate world or, those environments, a lot of that gets stifled. For me, for years, I'm an accountant, and I was always told that I'm way too animated and you got to tame it down. And I had that a few times. And so, it took me a while to bring her back out again, right? To say it's okay to be out here and be yourself, and, and be okay with people having an opinion about you too sometimes, right? In the corporate world, you have to kind of follow suit and be a certain way and do certain things. I didn't always do that. But people admired that about me in the corporate world too, because I would speak my mind, and some people took it well and some didn't.
Well, but and the part that I know I've forgotten and just recently found is that you bring that with you when you come into whatever you choose to do
Yes.
after your corporate career, right? And
Yeah.
that you just had to find her again and believe in her again. Is that a better way of saying it?
Belief is a really important word in a lot of the work that I do. It's believing in yourself, believing in the universe is going to support you, like all those things, especially when it gets tough, like having a paycheck to paycheck and being an entrepreneur, two very different worlds, right?
Two. And you don't get training on it. That's the other thing, right?
No.
So belief is one of the things that hold people back. What other things do you think hold people back?
I think there's, that I have a whole handful of them, but top of mind are society and the expectations of us as a whole.
Yeah.
If you have children, if you're, it depends what your role is in your family, in your community. I can think of a whole bunch of different areas where there's expectations of you, and it might not be what you want to do with your life.
Yeah, I get that.
And then we put our own expectations on ourselves. It's like, okay, but I need to wait till my kids are done school. I need to wait till I don't matter, sort of thing, right?
Yeah, we use them and always put ourselves at the bottom of the to-do list,
you
right?
kind of ranking down a few more, right?
We got to stop that cycle in raising our daughters, right? We both have daughters. Mine's 10, yours is 13.
Or should be 15.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, we have to somehow break that cycle of that. It's okay to take time on yourself. It's okay to invest in yourself. It's right.
Well, I've kind of gone, of course, I'm a coach, so I've kind of gone the far end of that.
Okay.
So now it's like, I'm going to the spa. My daughter's like, well, do I get to go to the spa with you too? When you get a job.
It's your 30. That's what I said.
Are we going to get our nails done this week and our hair and our, it's like, you don't always get to go on those ones.
Yeah, those ones are, yeah. But that is great to the show that you do for yourself, right? That's the whole big thing. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay, so what else do you think? Culture, beliefs, or society? What other one would you say?
And I think, like I said, I think a lot of it's holding ourselves back, and we end up having a belief system through all of that coming out, throughout our life.
Yeah.
And, I have a client of mine where husband retired this last year, son's off in university this year, and she just got laid off of like a 30-year career. She goes, now sort of, what do I do with my life? And now it's like, where do I even begin? Right. What do I want to do? And she knows she wants to continue moving forward because she's a very progressive person. Yeah. But all of a sudden it's like, you got to rethink everything, what matters to you, and, start diving into that.
Well, and so many women can relate to you, but I mean, obviously you and I can talk forever.
I know.
But do you have any events coming up that if anything that what Maria's talked about today resonates with you, then please, what events coming up that you have that you can...
I do have a course creation event because a lot of my tribe like to create courses. So I do a lot of course creation. I do it for professional development and in my own community. Yeah. But so I'm doing a workshop for them, but I also have a Facebook group where I help women, it's powerful and purposeful entrepreneurs. And it's for women and I do a lot of workshops in there and weekly live shows and stuff like that too, to help.
Okay, good. So yeah, don't you have a class? When does that master class start though?
On the 27th.
Yeah. Okay, great. And that's in your Facebook group?
Not yet. It will be in there. I'm,
okay,
next up on the list.
Okay, so what we'll do is wherever this is posted, or wherever you're watching this, you can attach the link to your Facebook group. Does that sound good?
That's fine. Or even Happy Healthy Women, the Winnipeg group is great to connect me into, and I can reach out to me and we can connect all the dots.
I love that. I love that. So I hope that if you're watching this today, that you're getting a flavor for the types of discussions that we have as Happy Healthy Women. We hold a couple of different events a month. If you haven't come out yet, we hold what's called Authentically Connecting Over Coffee for women. Just us women coming together, talking about things like this is so good. We also hold an entrepreneur meetup once a month. I think in both of our branches we do. And then we also have a personal development book club that we hold once a month. And my book this month is Untamed by Glennon Doyle. What's your book? Do you have a book this month?
Untethered.
Untethered. So Such
A
good.
little bit deep.
Yeah, it's a little heavy, but you know, here's the beauty. I always tell people you actually don't have to read the book to count in my book club
No.
because you get so much of the conversation. We use the book as a platform
Yeah.
to chat.
And
So,
even just skimming through and getting the first couple chapters and getting the feel of it, you can, have some conversation about that.
and audio does count, ladies. So if you don't want to read,
Yes, I do Audible more often than not.
all the time too, because I do 5 other things while I'm listening. Anyways, we digress. But please come out and join our branches. We'd love to see you out. We'd love to connect with you, especially now at a time where, yes, the weather's getting nicer. We can at least be more outside and more adult, but there's still something about connecting as women. I think that fills my cup each and every time I meet with the beautiful women, but we'd also like to help you fill your cup. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Maria. You are phenomenal. I
Terri.
love coming to your branch meetups. And if you like, you can both find us on the Meetup app at meetup.com, Happy Healthy Women. And then you can just find Coquitlam or Winnipeg or Ontario, Toronto. There's so many branches in
There's
Toronto.
lots of branches now. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. Thank you, Terri.
Bye.